Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Sessions. Today our special guest is Adylene. Adylene is in her second semester with SI. Has switched courses as well in that process. But Adylene, I'll let you tell us a little bit about yourself, your major, and hobbies that you have.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so hi, my name is Adylene. This is my third year here at Fresno State. I'm majoring in child development, and I'm minoring in gerontology. And some hobbies, I don't know, I like music, and I do my own nails, so I like nail art. Reading when I have the time, and video games.
Yeah. And you know, it's so funny, right before this, when we were recording McKenna, another violin player.
She plays a violin? I didn't know that. Dang.
So
I feel like I missed out on that.
We're going to start orchestra.
Yeah, make an SI orchestra. Raymar plays violin.
Yeah, I know.
I play violin.
Well, she plays harp too, but that's in her episode, so let's not get on back to you. Okay, so Adylene, what initially brought you to Fresno State?
Like the closeness to home was one of the main factors, because I was originally going to go to Stanislaus to study music and do music education, but as me and my family started looking into it, we realized it was kind of not far from home, but if I wanted to go back home often, like, we wouldn't be able to do that trip.
Right.
So then I think what attracted me to Fresno State the most was the closeness to home.
And home is?
Oh, I'm from Woodlake, yeah. Which is like an hour and 10 minutes from Fresno.
Yeah, there's a Woodlake crew here on the team.
There's 3 of us.
Yeah. But okay, so yeah, definitely that factor of like staying close to oh my God, I can't speak. Staying close to home. What initially sparked your interest in like your major?
Well, ever since I was like little, I've always lined up my stuffed animals or like role played that I was teacher.
Mm-hmm.
So ever since I've been young, I've known that I've wanted to be a teacher. So when I was in my last year of high school, I started thinking of what I wanted to go into in regards to teaching. And at first I had thought it would be music, but then when I came to Fresno State for Dog Days, I realized that to be in music education, it requires a lot of work, and I would have to be taking around 8 classes per semester, and they were 1 to 2 units each. Mm-hmm. And I honestly didn't feel comfortable putting that much work into that. So that's why I had ended up switching my major from music education to child and family science. And that's when I saw that they had a specialty in child development. And what also like attracted me to that major was how diverse the career options were. Mm-hmm. So with child development, you could also go into therapy or work in hospitals. Mm-hmm. But because I wanted to do teaching, it also applies to that. So that's why I mainly chose it.
Yeah, that's so cute.
Yeah.
the stuffed animals story. So you knew at a very young age then. And then are you like the first in your family to go to college?
I'm the second in my family. Mm-hmm. My sister, she's been in education since ever, yeah. So she went to COS, and then from COS, she transferred to FPU. Then from FPU, she got her bachelor's, did her master's, 2 masters at FPU, and her teaching credential in special education. And then right now, she's working on her doctoral. So I kind of aspire a lot to be like my sister because of all the examples she has. So seeing how determined she's been with her own education makes me also want to like aspire to be like her.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, you both educators at heart. So I think that's fascinating. In terms of, just stepping into this role, I think SI, I mean, obviously I have a bias. SI, I feel like builds really strong educators because you grasp that it's not just like feeding content, but ensuring that people are understanding, right? And like walking away with a deeper understanding of the material. So what made you think about becoming an essay leader? She's like, I needed a job.
Yeah, that was honestly, I told Nancy once, I was like, I got kind of fed up with all the emails I was getting. So I was like, I'm just going to apply. So I applied for the PLSI and CFS 153, which was research methods. But I think that semester, you guys got rid of it, and Alexa switched over to FBS. And so I ended up getting PLSI. And when I applied for the job, I didn't really know what SI was, really. Even though I did go to SI sessions. Yeah. But I was sometimes like the only one, or there was like very low attendance, so it was kind of awkward sometimes. So I wouldn't really go to the SI sessions. So when I applied, I kind of had an idea, but not really. And so when we went through training, I was like, oh, I like really like this. Like, I feel like this will really help me build my career.
Ooh, that's 2 for 2. We're good today. Most time people are like, what'd I get myself into?
No, I actually really liked it. Like, I liked how similar it is to being a teacher, except we're not like teaching, we're facilitating.
Right, you're planning content, you're planning how, it's like lesson planning essentially. And so, it's very much a lot of transferable skills, especially into education. What would you say you enjoy most about being an SI leader?
I think helping my students. I think because my first semester as an SI leader, I did PLSI too. And then this semester, I'm doing Chicano Latin American Studies. And I've gotten way more students. Like every session I have at least like 5. And so I say that seeing more students and them taking away more information from me like makes me feel like I'm making a difference to their academic.
You absolutely are. Yeah. Oh no, you impact student success for sure.
And then recently, they've been a lot more vocal with like thanking me. So I feel very like like a mom kind of like, oh, these are my kids. Yeah. But then obviously like they're not, because they're also my same age as me.
I say the same thing about like sometimes when I'm talking about SI leaders, I'm like, oh, like those kids and this and that. Obviously you're not kids, but I think the nurturing aspect, you know what I mean? But no, I get that. That's awesome. What would you say if you had to like differentiate your experiences as a first semester SI leader? Besides the course change, because I feel like you already talked about like that bringing in different attendance, but like your experience as an SI leader among the team, coming in new, not necessarily knowing everything about SI, and now coming in as a returner, like what would you say are the biggest differences for you?
I think the biggest differences is that my first semester, like for example with the Fundamental 5 in our planning form, I would kind of just put them to get them off the checklist that we had to put them. Yeah, but I feel like like now going through my first semester, I've kind of seen that they have more of a purpose than just like you need to have it in your planning form. So I feel like now a lot of the Fundamental 5 and like blooms comes more naturally, and I can definitely see like why it's there.
Yeah. No, I poke fun at it, but like I'm sure so many people also did the same thing. So I'm curious what kind of helped you gain that deeper understanding for it not to feel like, oh, I'm checking a box, you know?
I think what really made a difference this semester was just having more students. Because I feel like when you can see the Fundamental 5 work with more than one student, the session flows more naturally. Compared to when I feel like when I had one student, using the Fundamental 5 kind of felt like a script. Like I felt like it didn't flow as naturally as it does with bigger circles.
Yeah, it's because group work is part of it.
Yeah.
No, I get it. I mean, on an observer standpoint too, sometimes it's like, you know, we need to observe sessions. And then it's like sometimes you're like, oh, I'm observing, and there's like one student. And so it's like they're very aware that they're getting observed. And I get that. What would you say is the most challenging part about being an SI leader?
I think making the time for it. Like balancing planning and balancing my own studies. I've definitely felt it a little more this semester because this semester I decided to take 7 courses. Wow. And so SI definitely this semester was a little more heavier because of that. But what I do to plan is usually during lecture is when I'll do like my content, because as the professor is like going over it, you kind of see what students start to struggle with because they start like they start losing the teacher and they stop paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
And I you kind of notice that.
Yeah, you can
when
see
you sit
that
at the back of the class. Yeah, because everyone starts going to a different tab and playing games.
Interesting. Yeah. No, that's very insightful, especially in maximizing that in the lecture sit-ins for sure. In terms of your experience of over the course of 2 semesters, what would you say are skills that you've strengthened or gained because of this particular role?
I think for sure my public speaking and communication skills.
Really?
Yeah.
I say really because, girl, you
was super shy.
No, you were not.
Yeah, even my mom says that she's so happy I got the job because I've changed. I've become much more expressive and much more communicative. But yeah, that's my biggest takeaway from here. It's that I've become more open and confident in myself. So I would definitely say the change from the first to second semester is that I've become more sure of myself and my position as the SI leader.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, no, I say that because I felt like last semester we would yap all the time too, and I was like, oh yeah, she's not shy.
I mean, once I get comfortable with people, I'm very much a yapper, but
certified yapper. Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. What would you say in terms? Does it have to be SI? Does it have to be school? Just some of the best advice that you've received.
I don't know. Dang, you put me on the spot. Oh, actually, it was at the SI Oscars when you were saying goodbye to us. When you said that being at college may not seem like a big deal to us because we're surrounded by peers with the same goals as us, but outside of it, it is a big accomplishment. And that kind of hit me hard because this semester I kind of got lower grades than I anticipated. But when you said that, it kind of reassured me that, college is supposed to be hard.
Yeah.
And I think what kind of disappointed me is that I thought that with the 7 courses, I could manage the grades I would always get. Mm-hmm. So when you said that, it kind of made me realize that, even though I'm not proud of the grade, or I am proud of the grades I have, but I'm not as satisfied, I'm still happy that I got the grades I did with the 7 courses I did take.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought when you said that, I was like, oh my gosh, that's the best advice. And I've been telling a lot of people that actually. I'm like, we may not think college is the special, but it is.
No, it really is. I think, and I, having been here, I'm going on 9 years soon. It's obviously I'm surrounded by college students pursuing, we lose folks to graduation every year, which is great. But no, it is tough, and what you're experiencing is very common too. I think I see it a lot, especially with nursing students who are really hard on themselves, and it's oh, I got my first B. It's the world is ending, and I understand that because everyone's an overachiever, and so you kind of start to tie your success in achieving those grades and stuff like that, but. It really is. Sometimes you look back and these barriers or these tough times that I think people experience in the moment, when you're in your field, you're not gonna care about that grade. You know what I mean? You're gonna walk away with a degree, and that's not gonna be something that you carry with you into your career. So, but you bring up a good topic. So, what in terms of balancing, because you talked about being able to take on this role, you had 7 courses. What would you say is the something that keeps you motivated? Because I'm sure that it wasn't easy peasy the whole semester. There's probably moments where you're dang, this week is hitting me, or this month is hitting me, or so what kind of keeps you going when it's tough?
When it's tough, I think it's definitely the idea of going home the weekend and seeing my dog. Mm-hmm. She's 11 months, so she's very much still hyper little puppy. So going back home and being able to be with her and play with her definitely takes my mind off the stress. So when I have hard times, I'm thinking okay, it's okay. I just need to go through the week and then I can see my dog.
Yeah. What kind of dog is it?
She's a mix. We got her from the shelter. She was left there at 2 months. So when we picked her up, she was around 4. She's really anxious, so I've been kind of trying to work on that with her. Because whenever I walk her, she gets very defensive when she sees people. So I kind of don't want her to get aggressive the older she gets, so we've been working on that.
Yeah, all of that. So the answer is the dog. Dogs just make it easier.
Yeah, they're our best friends.
Yeah, no, truly. And in terms of like, you know, your like relationships that you've, because yes, you had like friends already, but like you said, you got more comfortable, you felt more sure of yourself, and I feel like I've definitely seen you build a lot of relationships, friendships in SI as well too, and really, even when I go into training, I know that no matter what group you're in, I'm like, oh yeah, she's gonna yap. so if there's folks that are a little bit more reserved, you know, you want to balance that out. So what's your experience been like in like building like, yes, the work part too, but also just like, I guess, like the social aspect, like the people you work with and getting to know folks outside of like your bubble?
Yeah. So when I came in for the first time training, I had already thought like, okay, I'm gonna try to not hang out with the Woodlake crew, because I know if I only stuck with them, then I wouldn't have branched out. I would have been too shy at that point. So instead, I like tried not to associate myself with them, so I could force myself out of my comfort zone and actually like talk to other people. Because I feel like when I go into spaces where I already know someone, then I tend to like block people out because I already know the person, so I'll just focus on them. Yeah. And so when I came in, I was like, okay, I'm gonna, you know, like be a different person this time. And yeah. So it sounds like you made a very conscious decision to put yourself out of your comfort zone, even like you know, taking on this position, your approach to it, and I think that's probably why we see that confidence shine through. Yeah, like I have OCD, so I very much need to plan everything out in advance because if not, I get super anxious. So, like yesterday when I told you that, I read session isn't in the Learning Center, it was somewhere else, and you're like, dang, you're so resourceful with the SI schedule. It's because I use that as a way to be sure of myself of who I'm going to be around, so I can, like, prepare myself to interact with those people. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I know. I literally had just edited the website to, like, remove anything that obviously, like, was no longer happening, and Adylene pointed that out and caught that right away.
Yeah. It's because, like, obviously the first few weeks of SI, everyone's still getting to know each other, and they're very much still, like, at their own little stations. They still don't mingle around down in the Learning Center. So by being able to see, like, who's with me during my own walk-in hours, and then obviously, too, with the SI stories and, like, the little facts we put on, that, like, kind of helps me be able to start a conversation with someone else.
Well, I mean, that's the whole point of this podcast, too, is to help people get to know you. And so we're literally recording on close to the last day of SI, basically. So because there's been so much growth in just your 2 semesters, and you're coming back next semester, same course and faculty, but what would you say is like your goal going into next semester? What's something kind of on your mind at the moment?
I'm honestly not sure. I think my biggest thing is to get my students to read their readings for the course. That's the biggest, like, thing. So I think overall, just, like, promoting the sessions more, like, promoting, like, hey, guys, like, if you want to take away as much as you can, then read.
Yeah, and honestly, this past few semesters, but I feel like a lot of students don't go to class. And I'm not really sure. I think we're on the staff level, it's like, what's going on? We're not seeing students utilize the services, but they're also, like, not in the classroom.
Yeah.
So it is tough to promote, especially when our services, it's optional for them. You know, we already email, but there's still kind of a gap there to promote. But I like that. It's a good goal to go into.
Oh, and then I don't know if my professor's going to do it next semester too, but this semester she offered them extra credit for coming to SI. So I think also stressing that, because the course isn't challenging, but it's reading heavy. So if you don't read, then you're not going to do well in any of the quizzes or in the papers. So I think just, like, telling them, like, hey, like, you're going to get so much benefits from this. And then I have students who would come to my SS sessions who came only like to get the extra credit, but then like as they came more often, they started realizing like, oh, like I'm actually learning a lot. And so I think just stressing the students like, yeah, you get way more than you think you're gonna get.
Yeah, and yeah, the extra credit, like, it's not gonna be, it helps get them to at least come that one visit, and the goal is that, like you said, they enjoy their experience and they're open to coming back, and hopefully at least a little bit more regular than just once right before an exam, you know. So yeah, that's something that we hope to continue to have as helping get students here. But yeah, definitely get that. Okay, so anything else that most people wouldn't like anticipate? They wouldn't, unless they asked you specifically. Like, you're like, they probably would never guess this about me.
I don't know. Like, I guess, well, I mean, you know, but I can play 5 different instruments, so I feel like people wouldn't know that looking at me.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny because when Raymar put in the chat, like, about your performance, one, I wish I could be there, but two, I think most people that, like, were probably like, huh?
Yeah. Because Raymar had met up with the mariachi before we did our convocation performance, and he was like, is it okay if I tell the chat, like, that you're performing? And I was like, yeah, sure, I guess. But I obviously didn't anticipate anyone coming because of how, like, last minute it was. But yeah, I imagine people were surprised.
Yeah, and you're performing at the
Chicano commencement ceremony. Yeah, the mariachi plays for them.
That's exciting. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, let's go ahead and wrap up with some rapid fire questions. So, do you prefer coffee or energy drinks?
Oh, coffee.
Early bird or night owl?
I like to be an early bird, but I am a night owl.
So you're both.
Yeah, I guess.
You can adapt.
Yeah, like if I go to sleep really late one day, but I have to wake up like super early the next day, then I can do it.
Beach or mountains?
Beach or mountains? I think
Wood Lake.
Yeah, like Wood Lake's a perfect mix of both. We just don't got a beach. We got lakes. But I think mountains.
Mountains, yeah. Text or calls?
Text.
8 a.m. or night class?
8 a.m.?
Study in silence or with music?
Oh, with music.
Favorite musical artist?
Panchico. I'm actually going to see them this Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Favorite place to eat in Fresno?
In Fresno? Spicy mayo. Yeah, I really like it. It's
Nice.
like an actual place, not the spicy mayo side. It's
Yeah,
going down
I figured
Shaw.
you were talking about a location.
I was like, I need to clarify, because one time I told Andy, I told Andy, like, oh, like, we should go eat at Spicy Mayo. And she's like, the sauce, or is that a location? I was like, no, that's a place.
Like, no, the sauce.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. Well, Adylene, it's a pleasure having you on the team. Thank you for... Well, this is actually our second attempt to record because you were able to give up your spot for a previous recording. But thank you for coming on the podcast, sharing about yourself. And I'm looking forward to seeing you continue in this role and, like, how much more you're going to grow.
Yeah. I'm really happy to be here, so I'm, like, excited for next semester, too, and seeing how much I also grow.